What's up, everybody? John Sharmiho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Tapes this time. And I have a nice fat stack of analog awesomeness to show you here, all leading up to something very, very major. But before we get to the major thing, I got a bunch of EPs, demos, and full lengths at my disposal to share with you here. And this first demo I'm going to show you is of a band that has been getting a fuckload of attention from a lot of people from within the metal world, within the underground, and this band is going to have a debut full-length to come out from Profound Lore Records, hopefully sometime this year. This is MORTIFERUM with Altar of Decay. Yeah, this is their debut demo, and these guys are based out of Washington, and they play a very doomy, tinged sort of style of death metal. And from these 4 lengthy tracks, I was extremely impressed with what I heard. I really loved the vocals. I love the tones of the riffs. Just some very, very memorable stuff to be heard. And I had the opportunity to see these guys live this past weekend with another death metal band from Washington that's getting a bunch of attention right now, Fated. Fated were great, but MORTIFERUM were great as well, and they had a very commanding sort of stage presence. Drummer and vocals, guitar and vocals, really good, beefy sort of death metal going on, and I see endless potential for this band. Profound Lore Records put out the vinyl version of this, but I believe this tape right here is the demo edition, the tour edition that they were doing with Fated. Let me show you the contents real quick. Pretty much a DIY sort of J-card. You have this badass artwork on here. Credits and information, blank on the back. And it's a black pro tape. Program repeats on both sides. Very, very solid stuff here. And yeah, big things are coming from this band, and I can't wait to hear more. So yeah, MORTIFERUM with Altar of Decay. Alright, next up we move to Indiana for some very astral sort of sounding death metal. This is Void Terror with Soul Harvest. Yeah. This is released through Misako Un Oho, and like I said, these guys are based out of Indiana, and they play a very spacey, technical sort of style of death metal. I mean, judging by looking at this artwork, I definitely sense a little bit of a Time Ghoul influence going on here, and it really does showcase itself here on the 2 songs that are on here, Seed of Corruption and Soul Harvest. It's only a 9-minute long demo, but within these 2 tracks you get a grasp of what kind of band you're dealing with here with Void Terror, and I sense some very good things coming for this band's future. They're going to come out with a full-length album also. I believe Unspeakable Acts is putting it out, and I am seriously impressed with what I hear from this demo. But yeah, here's the artwork here for Soul Harvest. Very, very badass job done here. Let me show you the contents of the tape here. You see the spine here, nice spine. Pro card with band member photo and this nice little scythe artwork here. And it's a blank black pro tape. The program repeats on both sides, so you're not really getting... It's a short tape, but value whatever time you get to have with it. So yeah, Void Terror with Soul Harvest. Check this one out. Some more US craziness. We move to Tennessee now for some very hateful sounding raw black metal. This is Vile Desecration with Absolute Blasphemy. Yeah. This is released through Contaminated Tones, and this is the 2nd demo to come out from Vile Desecration. Very, very angry, mean-sounding black metal. Very rough stuff, but I think it sounds awesome, and this is definitely the next major progression from this band. Really, really good stuff. Love the vocals, love the rawness of the drumming, love the overall general vibe I get from listening to a demo like this. It's just purely evil stuff. Profane Lust, Sacrosanct Abomination, just some seriously memorable songs on this demo, and I hope to hear more great things to come from this project. So yeah, here's the artwork card here. Very, very badass. track listing, band member photo and thanks and all that stuff. Love this additional artwork here on the back of the J card, and it's on a red pro tape. Dig the artwork printing on the cassette here. Program repeats on both sides. Very, very impressive stuff. But yeah, definitely check out Vile Desecration and Absolute Blasphemy. Very impressive stuff. Yet another demo for your viewing pleasure, and this is personally one of my favorite demos to come out late last year, and honestly I am extremely excited to see what the future holds for this particular black metal band. This is DISANNULLETH with Age of Exalted Intolerance. Yeah. This is the debut demo from DISANNULLETH, and this was released last year through Doomsday Elite. And these guys are based out of Utah, and they play this very, I mean, kind of in a way to Vile Desecration. This is another black metal band that has a sense of anger, hatred, and disgust for religion, disgust for humanity, disgust for mankind, and you definitely pick that up on these 5 tracks that are on this demo. I mean, Alluring Stench from the Putrid Whore Mary, Under the Knife, Children of Muhammad. You can tell that this band is definitely not, there's not a line this band won't cross when it comes to conquering anti-religious material, and it's done in a very, very terrific way here. The guitar riffs are awesome. I love the vocal stylings. It's a very well produced sort of demo, and I believe they're working on another demo to come out in 2018. I don't know if that's going to be put out through their own label, Blasphemous Hymns Productions, but I'm really excited to hear this. And I should also mention, my good buddy LD from Gravehill plays guitar in this band as well, so he's got major things happening with this project as well, so I'm super fucking excited for what DISANNULLETH is going to bring for many years to come. But yeah, here's the artwork of the J card here, track listing right here. On this side you have the band members and credits, and this very badass artwork on the J card print. Yeah, insane artwork. I love this shit. And black pro tape, nice printing on the cassette here, and I believe the program repeats on both sides, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, big things are coming from DISANNULLETH, and I'm super excited to see what the future holds for them. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this tape is sold out from the band and from the label that it came from. But if you happen to hear this or somehow get a hold of this, definitely check out and support DISANNULLETH. Big things to come. Age of Exalted Intolerance. Keeping up with US stuff, we move now to New Jersey for some very wild and crazy crossover metal stuff. Yeah, this is NIGHTFEAR with Cryptasm. Yeah. Can't really read this off, but yeah, this was released on tape, but yeah. This is the band that features my very good friend Scum from aka Scourge of Vinyl here on YouTube and Instagram. He plays guitar in this band, and this is some very muscular sounding stuff. Muscular seems to be a phrase I use to describe certain things about music or whatever, but here, listening to Cryptasm, it's extremely impressive sounding stuff, and I had an amazing time listening to these songs. I love the lyrics, I love the songwriting, I love the metal and hardcore sort of influences going on here with this, with these songs. Sacrificial Mutilation, The Blade, What Satan Sees. I mean, it's 5 tracks long, but you're gonna get your absolute money's worth listening to this particular demo, and it's absolutely awesome. So yeah, anyway, here's the artwork in question. You turn it on the opposite side of the J card, you see the band member photos. Scum right there. I'm sure the rest of the band members are pretty badass people as well. Lyrics and all that jazz. You got a download code, but if you want the download code, buy the thing yourself. I know this also got put out on CD too, so I don't know if they have it or where you can get a CD, but yeah, whatever. Black Pro tape, program repeats on both sides. Good quality tape here. Love it. But yeah, another band to keep your eyes and ears out for, which is NIGHTFEAR with Cryptasm. Absolutely amazing EP. we head over to Russia for probably one of the most notable brutal death metal bands to come out from that country, and I believe they're going to come out with a new album later this year through Willow Tip Records. I am extremely excited to see what happens with this particular band here. This is 7H Target with Psy Slam Damage. Yeah. If anybody knows the name of this label, please tell me, because I can't really read it all too well, and I'm not trying to say that or be one of those, ooh, I can't read this logo. Sometimes it's hard to read logos legitimately sometimes, but whatever. 7H Target, based out of Russia. Very unique take on brutal death metal, very technical. I love this band's lyrical concepts and themes. I mean, it's your standard sort of brutal death metal lore, but they have that influence of anime, Japanese animation, Tetsuo, that sort of culture, and it definitely shows within the artwork and the lyrical content of this album. Really, really crazy songs, Gun and Cunt, Metro Tetsuo versus Woman. Really, really crazy songs here. I love the bass, I love the vocals, I love the drums, the blast. It's just so all over the place. And I know they are continually evolving and getting better with each new release. I know they put out a promo release not too long ago, so exciting things are on the horizon for 7H Target. So yeah, let me show you the tape in question here. This was given to me by a friend of mine. He was given 2 copies of this tape, and he asked if I would want the other copy, and I was like, sure. I don't have anything from 7H Target, so what a good way to get the ball rolling to have something from 7H Target. Track listing here. Opposite side, you have band members and credits, additional artwork and lyrics, and I like the tape itself here. It's a light red pro tape, side Videodrome, side Tetsuo. Fucking insane. I love this shit. Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to see how further along the lines this band progresses with their sound. 7H Target are crazy brutal death metal band, so check out Psy Slam Damage. Go listen to this one. Next up is a tape from the very revered Headsplit Records, and this happens to be a compilation of one of my all-time favorite death metal bands. This is Embalmer with Into the Oven and Taxidermist. What this is basically the first 2 demos to come from Embalmer. Their debut demo, Into the Oven, and the live demo called Taxidermist. And pretty much you get the very raw and early beginnings of Embalmer here with these 2 releases. I mean, some very, very crude, ugly, raw sounding death metal. Songs like Hearse Driver, Shrunken Heads, Projectile Vomit, Caskets of Carnage, just some straight up over the top sort of death metal, and you would later see and fully realize what a force of nature Embalmer are nowadays. And I believe that this tape is a really good way to get folks into what Embalmer have been putting out over the years. I'm hopeful that this will get the vinyl treatment in due time, because this really needs to be given that sort of special deluxe treatment. But anyway, let me show you the J card here. There you see the artwork for Into the Oven. And on this side, you have the artwork for the Taxidermist. Interestingly enough, this is one of the few t-shirts I have that I own twice. I have a black and white shirt, and I have the black and red shirt of this cover here. Very influential stuff. The original lineup for Embalmer from back in the early 90s. Credits and information, collage style stuff. Very, very well done here, as per usual with anything that Headsplit Records puts out. And the copy that I got comes on a white pro tape. You have side Into the Oven, side Taxidermist. Dig the artwork on the cassette shell. Very, very nicely done here. But yeah, super pleased to own this. Into the Oven, Taxidermist by Embalmer. Go check this one out. And the last of the single cassettes here is a release that came out very, very late last year. I may eventually give a full-fledged review to this as soon as the CD and vinyl is more readily available, but until then, let me just show you and tell you this amazing Texas black metal band, Thy Feeble Savior and Darkness Fell. Yeah, this is a 2017 release through Hell's Headbangers. It pretty much is a two-person unit. Francisco from HRA, he played in Morbosidad for a little bit, and the ever-amazing Matt Mayhem from Blasphemous, and he also plays in Morbosidad. They come together to create some very raw, primitive black metal. If you're into stuff like maybe, let's say, early Profanatica or early Archgoat, you get that essence with Thy Feeble Savior, and they create something very, very unique and special here with this debut full-length. This is a very, very big step forward from all of the early demos and split material that they put out throughout the years. All these short song bursts, lots and lots of great, great music to be heard here. Torture Stake, Destruction of the Holy Sepulchre, Obscenity of the Cross, Disgrace the Throne. Very much evil Texas black metal to a T. I absolutely love this album, and this really does need to be heard by anyone and everyone who is into black metal. But yeah, let me show you the contents of the tape here. Of course, Hell's Headbangers put this out. Love this album cover art by Sawblade, Daniel Shaw, and Darkness Fell here. There you see track listings, the Hell's Headbangers Cross, some additional artwork by Paul Ledney of Profanatica, track listing, the two members of the band in question, thanks list, and this comes on a nice black pro tape, very shiny little black chrome black tape, very, very badass. The CD is available to pre-order now, and the vinyl will soon come after. This needs to be owned on every single format imaginable. So yeah, Thy Feeble Savior and Darkness Fell, absolute body of work here. Great, great stuff. And now that I got all the single cassettes out of the way, I got to show you something very major. For those of you who really have paid attention to my channel over the years, you would know that Cannibal Corpse is my all-time favorite band. They're the band that got me into metal, and when I found out that this particular box set was going to be released, I was very excited. And as soon as it was available to order in the United States, I could not hesitate getting myself a copy of this. And this is easily one of the... This is my first cassette box set, and if it had to be my first box set, it had to be of something from my favorite band. This is Cannibal Corpse with When Death Replaces Life. Yeah. This is a 2017 cassette box set put out through Floga Records, and I've been hearing a bunch of great things about the type of box sets that Floga Records puts out throughout the years. A whole bunch of discographies from bands in tape format, very high quality, high attention to detail, and I was curious to see what they were going to do with Cannibal Corpse. Originally it had the old Chris Barnes logo, but then as soon as that was announced, that shit had to get changed to the current day Cannibal Corpse logo. I was like, whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm just happy to have something from Cannibal Corpse on tape. And what this box set consists of is the first 7 full-length albums. Of course, you know the first 5 very well, as I've talked about them a lot here. Eaten Back to Life, Butchered at Birth, Tomb of the Mutilated, The Bleeding, and Vile, but also Gallery of Suicide and Bloodthirst. 2 other Corpse Grinder records that I really, really get great enjoyment from. I honestly consider Bloodthirst to be the best of the Corpse Grinder era, but I'm not going to say too much about these Cannibal Corpse albums that you haven't already heard me talk about or gush about in the past. Y'all already know how I feel about them, but I'm just very fucking happy to show you the tape format. So let me show you the contents of the box real quick. And there you see the When Death Replaces Life. You see the blood spatter all over the top, side, left, and right of it. There you see the 2 hammers right there. Butcher Baby. The albums in question. It's a case-wrapped box. You open it up, and there you see all 7 of these tapes here. Now, I'm not going to show you every single tape because I don't want this video to run on longer than it's already going, but I'll just show you some of the tapes. So I'm going to start off one by one here. Of course, you have the debut, Eaten Back to Life. Butchered at Birth. And I should mention, all the tapes come on chrome-tinted red tape. Very high-quality sound throughout the majority of these tapes. Once again, yeah, we have Butchered at Birth, Red Pro tape. I'll show you Tomb of the Mutilated because that's my favorite Cannibal Corpse album. Yeah, there you see the tape format here. Show you the Red Pro tape. Yeah, side A, side B, whatever, because I was just listening to this not too long ago. I can never stop listening to this album, but let me give you an idea of the layout. You have the track listing. It's like that with all of these fold-out J cards. Very professionally done here. There you see the alternative artwork for Tomb of the Mutilated here. The band member photos. Kind of wish there was lyrics printed on this side, but then you have a portion of the censored Tomb of the Mutilated artwork here. Very, very nicely done here. Very good quality with these J cards on all of these releases. Just a second. Okay. The bleeding on tape here. Very, very nicely done. There you see more of the red blood on the J card here. Very, very nicely done. Vial. I'll show you the vial one, just because. Red Pro tape. Band member photos, credits. Are you ready for a surprise? That was a nice little sight to see as far as the vial tape is concerned. And now we have the last two of the Corpse Grinder full lengths. Here we have Gallery of Suicide. I fucking love Gallery of Suicide. I don't care what anybody says. Such absolutely great stuff to be heard on this record. There you see the chrome tinted clear red pro tape. Disposal of the Body, Blood Drenched Execution, From Skin to Liquid, probably one of my all-time favorite songs because of how elaborate of an instrumental it is. Headless, Centuries of Torment. Very, very cool shit. Love this layout here. Opposite side of the J card. Yeah, once again, like I said, all of the J cards have portions of the artwork on the opposite sides of the J cards, so you have an idea of what's going on here. And last but not least, my favorite album of the Corpse Grinder discography, Bloodthirst. Fucking terrific album. It still holds up very, very well to this day. And like I said, I consider it the best material under George Corpse Grinder Fisher. Pounded into Dust, Unleashing the Bloodthirsty, Raped by the Beast, Hacksaw Decapitation, Sickening Metamorphosis. Such memorable songs and songwriting to be heard on this record. It's a very much of a barn burner. There you see the band member photo, the alternative artwork on this side, and you get a little bit of the alternative artwork here on this Bloodthirst, excuse me. Very, very nicely done here. A+ quality here. But yeah, I'm extremely impressed with the presentation of this tape box set. Floga does tremendous work here with all 7 of these cassettes. I mean, if you're a Cannibal Corpse fan, it's really something cool to have in your collection. Very, very awesome quality done here. Very, very awesome box set. So yeah, Cannibal Corpse, When Death Replaces Life. Go check this one out. It is worth every single fucking penny, I promise you. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. If you guys happen to have heard any of these releases, let me know what you think and how you feel about them. I'm going to leave you a couple of links in the description box so you can have an idea of what these bands sound like and what to listen to and check out, and we can go from there. So have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Ho out.